Everyone, insuffy here, and today we're going to be doing another booster box of OP12. But before I get into that, I just want to do a quick market update. If you're not interested in that, no worries. Just use the timestamp to skip ahead and get to the box opening. But if you're interested in what's going on with the market, I'm just going to give a really quick brief update on what's happening. So let's take a quick look here. I find it very interesting to see what's happening with a lot of the booster box and stuff. So we're mostly just going to go over the booster boxes, and I'm just going to give you a relative general idea what I'm seeing right now. Again, today is 12/20. December 20th. I'm recording this like literally hours before I'm posting this video, so to give us the most accurate we possibly can see here. Here's OP10, right? We were seeing a price spike all the way up to 180, which personally for me I think is absolutely crazy. I don't think this box ever should have got that high. It's just not that great of a set. There's some good cards I really like in there, like Newgate and stuff, but it's just not good enough to justify that price point. That was some panic buying in my viewpoint. So we're seeing a drop, and we're seeing kind of a plummet, a pretty big drop. About a $30 swing from the high here. So that's a pretty big drop. Over the last period here. So kind of interesting, right? Really interesting over the last couple days. So we're seeing this dip, and this is kind of what I'd expect, because again, as if you watched my videos before, this is very unhealthy, seeing something spike up that quickly. It's just not sustainable. Most likely it's very rarely sustainable, and if it is sustainable, there's always going to be a point where it's going to drop, whether it be 3, 6, 9 months. It's going to drop. So we're already seeing it. So quick volatility up usually leads to quick volatility down. We look at 11 here. 11's also starting to get a little bit of a drop too, right around here about 230. Now we're sitting about 221. Not a crazy drop, but a little bit of a drop there. This is a better set, so I suspect it's gonna hold pricing better, but still a little higher than I think that what it should be. This should probably be less than 200 a box. We'll keep an eye on that. I have a feeling that's going to keep going down. Going backwards a little bit here, OP09, just something I want to show here. Not every set's receiving a downward trend. I'm not going to go into a lot of the older sets, but just some of the newish ones since like 9 and up. 9's an example where we're seeing kind of a flat line here. It's an anniversary set. It's a very good set. I still think this is going to come down over time, but it's probably going to be more sustainable. It's going to take longer, I think. If it is going to come down, it's probably going to take longer. So let's keep an eye on this one. I don't really know 100% what's going to happen with this one. It should come down because that price, again, that's just not natural for it to go up that quickly. We're looking on carry on as well. OP13, the latest set, the 335, is what they're averaging up here. But the market price, TCG saying about 318, a little bit of a dip. 332 down to 320, about what, 12 bucks there or something. So again, really but that's not surprising, because this set had a lot of hype. People were super crazy about it, and then this set should, like, based on the hype, make sense to go up. A lot of the other sets not so much. This set makes sense, but it's going to come down, or at least flat line, I would suspect. And then, there's going to be more reprinting of this. When that happens, we're going to see this plummet when a lot come into the stores. Maybe not something like super crazy, but it's going to come down. And then real quick, looking at OP12, I've got the cards up here because we're doing a box opening of OP12. I'll actually show the actual box here as well. Let's get into the actual box real quick. Just real fast to show you here, the kind of a little bit of a normal, again, not really supernatural. It's still maintaining its price around that 130-ish range, which, this maybe still be a good deal at 130. I don't know. I don't think this set's really super crazy either, honestly. There's a few good cards in here. There's some SPs that are nice. If you like Teach, you got a really cool Blackbeard in here. But outside of that, you're not going to be getting anything super crazy, as you can see. I mean, if you like Jewelry manga, or you like the Teach SPs, then hey, there's something for you to chase in here. The couple like manga event cards, we want to call them, whatever, the the Boof Burst, the Demon Aura 9. These are some nice cards to get as well. So there is some nice cards in here, but it's not like the greatest set ever. It's not quite as a super good set. You know, it should demand a higher price than OP10, in my opinion, with unquestionably. So, you know, depending on where OP10 settles, this should probably be just a little bit higher than that. That's my guess. But looking at this, you know, we still are getting about $1,000 for the gold, you know, T-tier, Jewelry Bonnie manga, about 700, 600. You know, if we just peek in here and we look at the manga, we can kind of see it's been pretty much a flat line here, around $400. But, you know, when you look at what's listed, you know, we got a lot of high pricing here. But it's not necessarily selling a ton at that price. You know, they're getting some recent sales about $750, which is why people are putting it around there. So that's why it's showing market $726. So we'll see if that holds. Jewelry Bonnie, I like Jewelry Bonnie personally. I just don't think she's a super popular character. I mean, she's good. Just in comparison to a lot of other characters, I just don't know she's going to command a really high manga price, but we'll see. You know, it depends on where the demand goes. These event cards are really cool. These are still surprising. This came up to 113. You know, it's a cool card, but it's been shooting up and up and up and up. So when we're looking at the box, you know, if we get one of these crazy SPs, or we get the manga, we're definitely in Profitsville. If we get the Zoro SP, you know, that's going to be about a tiny bit of profit, and then anything below is going to be about a break even or not. You know, and that's something you got to consider too when you're opening these boxes, right? I mean, you know, like there's only a few cards you're gonna get break even or do better, and pretty much everything else you're taking a loss on. So you shouldn't really expect to open a box of OP12 and really come out on top unless you get something really good out of it. But if you like the cards and you want to pull them, great. You know, that's what I'm doing. So it just depends on what floats your boat. Anyways, that's a quick market update of what's going on. What do you guys predict is going to happen? You know, comment down below. I'm curious what your thoughts are. I think that, you know, as personally, as Christmas kind of settles down, everything else settles down, I think we're going to see the market continue to kind of, you know, flatten or come down. I think January we're going to see a little, you know, another spike up because of OP14. But I think maybe it'll be more geared towards OP14, and it may, you know, command some of the other sets as well. I think 13 is always going to be popular, just like 9 was always popular. I just think the pricing is going to come down a bit to more realistic levels. At least I hope so, right? It's what we should see based on how the market was pumped, and it should even out. I think people are going to probably panic sell like they panic bought, and because they don't want to get caught with the bag at the top. So we'll see what happens. Now we're going to get into the opening of the booster box of OP12. So let's see if we can get something good out of that. Hey everyone, insuffy here with another video for you, and today we're opening a booster box of OP12, and I got a few little extras that we're going to be opening up as well. And then I just got, you know, our friend Ace with his Gold Dawn hanging out with us today. You know, they're both actually Gen Mint 10s here. I just have like the serial number covered up because I was told, hey, watch covering up your serial numbers. There's a lot of people trying to make fakes and stuff, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? Not a big deal. Let me know if you do that and you think that that is a thing of concern, because I'm curious, but I just thought I'd play it safe. Anyhow, getting into this, let's go ahead and open up a couple of extras we have, then we'll get into the booster box, and this will be again, you know, the second in row OP12 that we're opening to try to see if we get something good out of it. So hopefully, the last one, not really that great. Hopefully this one can get us a little bit of something. So what about that market update? I mean, things are kind of, you know, still pretty crazy, and you can see, you know, to interrupt real quick, I mean, look at that, $9.50 a pack for this, which it wasn't too bad of a price, because this is going up. But you know, it's getting crazy out there. PRB2 here, by the way, if you didn't see. Yeah, I just hope everything cools off. You know, a lot of people got theories and ideas, and you know, you just don't know what's gonna happen, right? You know, but it's definitely getting pretty pricey out there. I got that Sabo SR. I'll put him over here. Thank you for joining us, Sabo. PRB always messes me up. Okay, I think we're Is it the next card? I always forget where it's exactly at. We've got the uncommon reprint, Sengeku, and then just a regular Dawn there. So nothing great out of there. It was just the SR. Let's go ahead and open that one. But yeah, I just, you know, it's getting to the point where it's like, oh, what do you want to do? Do you want to open, you know, a booster box, or do you want to pay your mortgage this month? And it's like, I don't know. It's like some of these prices, man, are just like, woo, buddy. They just, I really hope they calm down though, because I love the TCG. I love opening stuff. You know, I have a really good fun time with it. Great hobby that I really enjoy for the last year, and it's gonna suck if I gotta like slow down or something just because it just gets too insane. Nothing out of this one either. All right, cool. Nothing overly special there. So we'll see. I don't know. It's getting very nutty. You can see I bought these singles here. You know, $5 for the Legacy of the Master, which is a good price. I mean, I think the booster box is selling for over MSRP now. I opened that backwards there. So it'll be interesting to see kind of, you know, where all the boxes go. It seems like OP12 is about the cheapest box you can buy right now. Hope things come back down though. You know, Bandai's got to get some real good reprinting going. But if I remember this time last year, give or take, you know, December, January, they were slow. They didn't print a ton of stuff super fast. A couple rares there. So if it happens the same as last year, then yeah, we're gonna have probably a slow printing on, you know, December, January, and then hopefully ramp it up, because that's what they did, you know, early this year. We need a ton of reprinting, because they got to meet the demand. I hope they do. Because that'll help give us some, you know, price relief there. Zoro leader there. But if they decide not to, then, you know, but I would find it hard to believe, right? You know, because obviously you're going to want to print as much as you can because you want to make as much money as you can. So I would think they're going to do some really good reprinting, and that should help relieve some stress off of the pricing. It might not do a lot. It might do a little. It might do a lot. Depends on how much they're going to print. And, you know, what's all going to be out there. It also depends on how popular 14 and EBO3 is going to be. You know, that could help relieve some of the stress pricing, as, you know, the demand for some of this stuff will kind of calm down as people are kind of focusing on buying cases and things like that. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting couple months. That's for sure. Especially for me, because, you know, I can't be doing $200-$300 boxes every video, so I don't know 100% how that's going to look. It's frustrating. It's like, oh man. I just want to open cards and have fun, and, you know, maybe get a cool card here and there, you know, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's cool that One Piece is getting a lot of attention and people are, you know, being introduced to it. You know, I think that's all, you know, good in some ways, right? You know, because look at this. So, like, the glue is on this. A couple OP13s here too. So what? Look at that. That is like super glued into there. Okay. Yeah, this would be the one with like a manga, right? But we'll see, because I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's just, it's kind of cool, you know. No leader pack. You know, I want to see attention get to One Piece to a point, you know. But it's also such a new TCG, right? It's only just celebrated its 3rd year, hasn't been out that long in, you know, all retrospect. It's still pretty newish. So, you know, I don't know. You know, when you look at Pokemon, I mean, Pokemon took a lot longer to get to the pricing, to really high pricing. It took a really long time. But you can argue that, you know, internet wasn't quite widely used, so hypes weren't quite going out quite as quickly, right? So, you know, you're gonna have things expedited in an environment where you have people that can, you know, showcase cards much differently than the 2000s, right? You know, in the 2000s, I remember when Pokemon, I was buying Pokemon cards, and, you know, I was having fun with that stuff as well. And, you know, it was a lot of word of mouth, you know, like you would have to like talk to people or figure out what was best, you know, mostly through conversation. And, you know, we had phones, but yeah, text messaging, it just wasn't the same. The internet was there, but it was complicated. For those of you that remember AOL, we won't talk about that, right? The dial up on AOL. Oh my gosh, getting all those CDs at Walmart and Target, and, you know, being like, I think maybe it was just Walmart. Were they at Target too? Maybe. I know they were definitely at Walmart, the free AOL CDs for the internet, you know, get like, you know, I don't know, what was it? Like 10 days free or something? I don't know. You'd put the CD code and you put it in and you get like the time off. But anyways, you know, information moved slower then. So then you could argue, okay, that makes sense. But then if you look at like, you know, around 2010, you know, the 15, Pokemon didn't really have a big boom. It really got big after Pokemon Go, is when it really hit a big spike there. First SR of the box. And, you know, that really boomed it. And around that, before that time, I mean, you know, people had phones, the internet was more widely used and stuff, and Pokemon wasn't really meeting where it was at. So then you got to think about, you know, is it that TCGs in general are just getting more popular? I don't know. Because, you know, I think it's got less to do with popularity in terms of people wanting stuff and more about FOMO and about people thinking they're going to make a quick buck. I mean, I think it was very shocking. It all comes to Pokemon. I think it was very shocking to a lot of people that kept these Pokemon boxes that a lot of people thought were not going to be worth much. Nico Robin SR. And, you know, and then to see these boxes selling for 50,000, 100,000, 150, 200,000, it created this, you know, like, oh, you know, maybe people need to be looking at trading cards, and, you know, what's the next big thing going to be that's going to be like Pokemon and that is going to, you know, just blow up like insanity. It may be One Piece. I don't know. It may not be. You know, it's hard to say. You know, I don't know. I think millennials right now, obviously, like myself, are driving the majority of card sales. And so, you know, as millennials get older, how much are they going to care about cards? I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question, right? If millennials start to calm down on their spending, because you know, that's the generation that has the money to spend. Is the next generation that's growing up on One Piece right now care about One Piece as much as Pokemon? That's the question, right? Because that's really probably what's going to determine if One Piece gets crazy or not. Because if the following generations don't really boom One Piece like they did with Pokemon, then One Piece is not going to get to those crazy numbers. So who knows? It's hard to say. I think there is a very good chance that One Piece one day will get really big, but I think guys, we're probably looking like 5-10 years down the road. I mean, you know, it still doesn't even slightly meet the popularity of Pokemon or Magic. You know, it's you know, from what I've been able to see and find out there, you know, arguably One Piece is probably the third biggest. I think they took out Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, they used to be fourth for a while. I think they took out Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point. You know, and then you have other things coming in there like Lacana from Disney and some other competitors trying to come in. Got a lot of different types of TCGs as well that didn't exist, which is spreading people out. I know I got a buddy of mine, you know, shout out to Justin, who, you know, does like Digimon and, you know, Mega Man and some other stuff, you know, much smaller things. But, you know, you got the Gundam that came out, which is really cool. I got a box of that myself. You know, those boxes were MSRP 120. They're selling for like, I think like 165 or something. So, you know, there's a lot of the factors to look at, because, you know, back then you really just had Pokemon and like Magic, and there wasn't like a whole, like, and then you had Yu-Gi-Oh, but, you know, and maybe a couple of little small things, but, you know, nothing really stuck quite the same. You know, I remember I used to, you know, collect Star Trek too a little bit, you know, and that never stuck You know, like, I mean, it just never picked up. But, you know, for the time, Star Trek was very popular. A lot of people like Star Trek. I still have a lot of old Star Trek cards, but they're not really worth much. You know, the rarest cards in the set, just not really worth much. So it's just interesting. This is it. It's just interesting to think about what is going to happen. I do think the likelihood is that One Piece TCG sticks around and goes up in price. I just think the recent price increases, I think it's just people just slamming the market right now. This is an SR. Man, that was so... It was very sticky. That tricked me. It just, I guess, was like a little static there or something. So not a hit. I thought it was a hit. Right. This is a great card, though. It's a great SR Raiju, but I thought that was a hit. Because you know, and here's the thing too. Like, I'm looking on eBay, right? And I'm messing around on eBay. I'm seeing people put like just regular leader cards that I have that only actually buy for like $1, maybe. Like just regular common leaders from older sets. And people are trying to sell them for, you know, like $250, $300. I don't think a lot of people have a really good concept of where the value's at. You know, they're throwing out some cards that just don't make any sense. I saw one that was an SEC Jewelry Bonnie, and said that and then the title they put it was the manga, and they wanted $800 for a Jewelry Bonnie SEC. I'm like, this card's like $10 or something, whatever it is. You know, it's like less than $20. People, I think, just right now are just, and that's a good show that people are just crazing into the market. They're not even, there's so many nonsensicalness going on that is confusing the market and making a little bit of chaos. You're always going to have that to an extent, right? But I think there's a, I just don't remember ever seeing this much. I mean, I've been collecting this for a year. I don't remember, and I buy on eBay all the time, and I'm like, I don't remember seeing all this much crazy card asks and prices. You know, people are putting, I saw someone put like an SP for like $7,000, and it's like, and there's like 40 listings of it for like $150, and they wanted like 8 grand or whatever it was, and I'm like, come on, dude. Like, people aren't even looking at the sold list on eBay or TCG Player and trying to really even understand what stuff's worth. They're just getting it. They see it shiny, they think it's something crazy, and then they see SEC or they see something and they don't understand the terminology, and then they're just throwing it up on eBay and thinking that that's something crazy, and then people are seeing it and being like, oh my gosh, look at all these cards being listed for thousands and thousands of dollars. It must be getting crazier right now. And I think that's creating some fake boost up as well, in addition to everything else, right? Like, it's not the main cause or anything, but I think it's just it's having its effect. So I think things are just a little crazy, and so the market has to correct at least to a point, because there's things in there that just don't make sense, and there's some people buying things at prices that don't make sense, and there's more fraud going around too. I mean, I saw someone posting on there like $100 SPs or something. It was like 90 something dollar SPs, and then I was like, that's pretty cheap for the SP I was looking at. I don't remember which one it was, like maybe Zoro something. And then I looked at the ratings, which the person had bad ratings, and all the recent ratings said nowhere in the listing does it say this is a proxy. It's a proxy. They're not even selling the real card. And that's another thing I think people don't realize. You know, some of the cards that are on there, people aren't really saying this is a proxy, and they're selling the cards, but it's a proxy. It's not the real card. It's a you know, printed version of it that's you know meant for like decoration. It's not the real card. So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, some of these postings I look at are just like, it's absurdity. There's a lot of absurdity going on right now, whether it be pricing or just misunderstanding the cards. You know, it's just all over the map right now. I just think it's a little chaotic. This is actually sticky. Okay, what is this? This is sticky, very shiny and sticky. Sanji Alternate. Ooh, I like this Sanji. This is cool. He's got a nice what he's doing his normal little kick that he does here. This is a little thick. Trying to see, kind of like, not very textured though. There's not a lot of texture with this one. It's mostly just shine. But you can kind of see here it's got some nice shine there. It looks good. Nice little alternate art there for us. Okay, I like it. This is actually a cool card. I don't know if I'm going. I love Sanji. I don't know. Is this a sell or a keep? I don't know. I always struggle with that. Like, do I want to keep it? Do I not want to keep it? Can't keep everything. You know, I'm not trying to create like some massive collection. And you know, when I sell stuff, it's just so I can buy more stuff. I mean, I'm nowhere near making even a penny of profit in any of this. But I do have a lot of cards, you know, that I could sell if I wanted to. But I gotta do a video. That might be one of the videos I do to kind of save me from opening packs on a video, honestly. What? This camera's being funky again. And I might just do like a you know, showing what I'm going to be sending out the PSA soon, because I got to do a big PSA drop off at some point. That's got to be coming due. Crocus, Baby 5, and Hack. So we're looking for one more. We at least got one more hit. I would love a 3-hit box. OP13 is the one that's got a lot more 3 hits in it. OP12, not as many 3 hits in there. I think generally speaking, there's some of the older sets, you know, I'm watching the videos and stuff, and I feel like the ones I've seen and what people have been able to show, I think a lot of the older sets, probably only like maybe like 3 or 4 boxes out of a case are going to be 3-hit boxes, give or take. And then but I think OP13 is the oddity where they added like more. And then of course, you know, you have the outside the normal numbered sets, you have like the, you know, the PRBs and stuff, which have more hits arguably. And oh, I had Karnbine there. But yeah, the market, I don't know, everyone's talking about the market, right? The market stresses me out. I don't know if it's stressing anyone else out. It's stressing me out. Like, oh my gosh, like I just want to open some cards, man. You know, I don't think OP12 gets maybe, like, you know, some of the I think what kind of brings the set down a little bit is the SPs just don't look as nice as some of the older sets. I mean, if you like it, you like it. But there are some really cool cards. Like, this is a cool SR. See, but this is something I would feel like someone would get. This is right now probably maybe like what? I don't know, like a few buck SR or something at the most. Maybe $1 or maybe less. And then, you know, you would see someone grabbing this thing out the PSA and being like, well, it's Luffy, so give me like, you know, $1,000. I feel like that's, you know, what some of the absurdity I'm seeing right now. But it's Luffy. Like, I understand it's Luffy, but you know, it's a common, bro. Well, you know, basically. Some people just don't even care right now. They're like, just give me your money. Give me your money. I got a card I think you want. Give me your money. It's like, goodness. I don't know. And, you know, we've always had problems with scalping. Scalping's been the new thing since, like, what, right around before COVID or about COVID time, right? And it just hasn't gone away. There's a lot of people that, you know, have made good money off of, you know, Pokemon. And, you know, then they started scalping One Piece when they realized they could make money off of One Piece. So that's always been a problem. So it's, I don't know. It's craziness out there. But, you know, around this time last year, I remember it being pretty crazy too. I mean, I don't think it was as nutty as it is this year, but it was definitely crazy last year too. I definitely was struggling to find stuff. I couldn't find stuff in any stores. You know, the TCG shops only had like limited supply, and even when they did have booster boxes, like the one near me, you can only buy 2 booster boxes of a set, and then you're caught off. You know, like you're done. You know, come back tomorrow, another day or something. So, it's tough. You know, especially with me opening videos. Like if I'm opening 4 boxes a month, and let's say my LGS only gets maybe like 1 or 2 shipments. I mean, I'd have to catch it at the right time, get my 2 boxes, those 2 separate occasions. And then like, I can't even save beyond boxes beyond that. What is this? Oh, this is SR, Prune SR. So it only makes it hard, everybody. Makes it hard. And I realized I made a mistake. I thought I had a box. I collect a box. I have 1 box of each sealed that I just like to collect. Eventually, I would like to be able to have more of some sets, but you know, it's all I can spare right now is just saving 1 box of each set. And I thought I had OP07, but it turns out I'm missing OP07. I don't have 1, 2, or 3, or 7. 1, 2, 3 has just always been more expensive, of course. So I was always like, oh, I'll get that later. Probably should have got it. This is a hit. So this is either going to be our second hit, or well, it is our second hit. It's either going to be our second of 3 or our second of second. What is this? Very sticky. It's. I don't want to scratch the card. I want to be very careful. Oh, it's the Mihawk alternate art. Okay. Nice. This is a cool card. I like the Dracul. I think this one's had some really good value at one point, and I think it still does. So this is actually a really neat card too. I mean, if Mihawk's probably one of my favorite characters. I don't know about anybody else, but he's one of my favorite. I just think he's a badass. You know, he doesn't take anything from anyone. He's just crazy powerful. You know, I love the, you know, back and forth with him and Zoro. It's just, it's great. I like Mihawk a lot. I even like his castle. Like, he's got this really cool castle that he's in, or whatever it is. You know, is it? I think it's a castle, right? Like, I'm trying to remember. Like when Zoro goes there to train with him, right? I think it was a castle, right? Mihawk just chilling there. He just all like, he looks like posh. He's like, wasn't he drinking like wine? He's got his glass of wine. He's like all posh, and he's like, you know, I'm one of the 7 warlords of the sea, just chilling, drinking my wine. It's like, oh man, that's Mihawk for you. I like Mihawk a lot. He's a good one. I don't know if I'll keep that one. Maybe. I gotta think on that. It's always a balance for me, because I'm like, hey, insuffy, if you save too much and you don't sell some of this stuff, you know, then that's less boxes you're gonna have to be able to buy for the future. And I'm like, so, like, the struggle. I want to keep. I want to sell so I can buy more. What do I do? There's no right. There's only wrong. Oh man, 3 more chances at a 3-hit box, but we got 2 regular hits. I think the 3rd hit's always, if you get a 3rd hit, it's usually an SEC, right? I'm trying to remember. I think if it is a 3-hit, the best I can get is an SEC. It can't be it shouldn't be. There shouldn't be any mangas unless you have an error box. So our manga chance is gone, because you have to have an SEC to get a manga. I don't think we got the manga here. Just a couple rares. I can always tell too when someone is newish to One Piece, or at least new to like anime and stuff, when they say manga. And I'm always like, well, I mean, it's fine, say what you want to say, but you know, technically, and you know, it's manga. It's you know, the A's hyphenate, it's manga. Oh, I was looking at that, like, I don't know. Okay, we're good on all that. Last pack. Again, I think the only thing that could even have a chance here is... yeah, it should... Yeah, exactly. As it should be. Nothing crazy. Common uncommons. Wasn't anything nuts there. Got a couple cool alternate arts here, though, so we'll go ahead and pull all this together to see what we got out of the box. So out of the box, we did get, you know, our typical SRs, right? Shirahoshi, Verona, cool Luffy SR. You know, this is a cool. I think he has an alternate art, right? That'd be cool. Vinsmoke Raiju, Dragon, Nico Robin, Monkey D Garp, Grandpappy himself. And then 2 nice alternate arts there. I'm satisfied with both these, honestly. I mean, I don't think I got my value out of the box in terms of, you know, 1 for 1. Could just bought these without the box. But with that said, these are a couple really cool alternate arts to get. I love Sanji and I love Dracul Mihawk, so can't be mad at that. I mean, these are... Oh no, I'm sorry. I gotta get a better stand for these things. I just got like this little cheap one. I don't have anything super nice. I do got my emergency packs because we didn't go positive on the box, guys. Okay, all right. Look at this. Okay, we need to pretend like we're breaking it, not actually break it. I put 2 packs in there for fun. I have a lot of OP08 and OP09 singles that I got. So from various shops. When I was traveling around getting a lot of stuff in the summer, I stocked up a little bit, not a ton, but a little bit. Ooh, there's a chance on this 08. I have pulled a nice SP out of 08. I pulled you know, Bonnie out of here. It's Bonnie, right? I think Bonnie's the SP, right? In 08. And I did pull her. She's nice. Ikamushi Lappins. Oh, that bunny looks happy. Oh, I saw a little bit of like the art coming off the silver border there. I got excited for a microsecond. Just an SR, sadly. Okay, fine. Just be an SR, be an SR. Fine. I'm not angry. It's fine. It's at least give me a chance. No leader pack. Okay. No leader pack. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. Even if there's nothing here, at least I have a chance. And then my camera decided I don't like these cards all of a sudden. There we go. Sanji, Gum Gum Jump Rope. Come on, guys. We need something good. We need one good hit to bring this day positive. We had a couple nice hits. I'm not mad at them. But I would like to get... Oh, it's sticky. No way. No way. I literally... You can probably sort of see behind my head like a little bit. I got a little pack bin over here. I probably have like another like 12 of these single packs, and then I probably have like 15, 20 OP08s. This is crazy. These are just pulled from booster boxes at my LGS. You can see them opened, and I just say give me 2, give me 3. You know, every time I go in there. What is it? What? That's pretty shiny. What is it? Oh, oh, it got me a little excited. I thought it was something crazy. It's nothing crazy. I think he's like 20 bucks something. But hey, I'll take it. This is a hit. This is a hit. I will take a hit over no hit. Still really good SC. I had at one point I had like 4 of him. I think I sold 2. I think I got 1 more back there, so I think I'll have 2 of him now. But this is a really cool card if you haven't seen it. It's a Gold Roger SEC from OP09. You know, it is a pretty neat card. I do like it. If you like Roger, I mean, I feel like you got to get this card at some point. Would have been really cool if this was like a manga or something crazy. I started to see some of the gold, and I'm like, I think the manga Roger has some gold in it. I'm trying to remember. I think he has gold in it, but man, that would have been cool. That would have been like a $10,000 card pull if that had happened, and I think I might have passed out. But I'll take it. I'll take it. So. Our emergency packs did give us something a little bit special, and I'm going to put another OP08 and OP09 in there, and if I don't net positive on the next box, I'll go a couple extra bonus packs at the end. There it is, everyone. You know, we got the Sanji, Jakku, Mihawk, Goldie, Roger, SEC. Hey, that's not bad overall. Other than that, that's all I got for you. I hope everybody has a great week. I hope you have a great time watching this video. Don't stress about the market or pricing. Breathe, buy what you can afford, and if you know, maybe save a few bucks, hope the market comes down a little bit. We got some cool products coming out next year. And as you saw in my market update video, if you didn't watch it, go back, look at the market update video that I did last week. You know, we got some nice things up there. You know, we got EBO3 coming out, which should be really cool. And you know, we've also got you know, what was it, OP14, which is going to be the 7 Warlords of the Sea, which sounds like a pretty cool theme. So hopefully they do well with it, and relieve some of that pressure off of 13 and some of these other boxes. So some nice sets to look forward to, and that's mid-January. It was like January 14th or something, so it's not that far away. Now this video, I'm recording a little bit early. It's going to be posted on Saturday. I'm trying to do mostly Saturdays because that seems to be the best time to post these. That means that the next time I launch a video, it'll be after Christmas. So I want to say, if you celebrate, Merry Christmas. I hope you and your family and your friends and everyone have a wonderful holiday. Be super safe. Have a ton of fun. Enjoy the time off if you get time off from work and stuff. And, you know, other than that, thank you so much for this awesome year. I mean, you guys have been incredible and amazing. I think I started these videos in like April or something. And, you know, here we are, you know, end of the year. And, you know, I very much appreciate everyone's support and all the commenting and liking and participation and the view time, the watch time, you know, anything that you're willing to do to help support the channel means a ton to me. And you know, you know, we're building a community here, and I'm having a ton of fun doing this. You know, this for me is my hobby. I enjoy it. I love One Piece. You know, I've seen well over 1,000 episodes. I'm still I'm still, you know, Egghead Island. I gotta finish Egghead Island arc. I know there's already like a new worry and like a new arc, and I'm a little behind. You know, I love One Piece. I love the artwork of these cards. The SPs, like when you get these SPs, I mean, like I pulled him. He's awesome. I bought the Dawn. I found this at a card shop. I got this for like $100 when PRB one, you know, came out. I saw it at a shop, and it was they had it up there for $100, and I snapped it, sent it out, got a 10. So you know, it's just been a fun year. I've really enjoyed doing this with you all, and I hope to keep this going. You know, I may have a couple weeks where maybe I don't have a video, or I just maybe do a regular video with no opening. It just depends how crazy pricing gets. You know, if I can't find a lot of boxes without breaking the bank, you know, I'm gonna have to get a little creative with some of these videos. I have some sealed product, but I want to kind of keep some sealed stuff, you know, as collector's items, because I like collecting a little bit of that. So I might have to get a little creative. I have a ton of blisters and other things, so we'll see what we can do. I still should be able to get more OP12. I think we'll do a little bit more OP12, just because it's a set that at least I can open without spending crazy money. But anyhow, again, you guys are all awesome. I super appreciate you all. And have a great holiday. Have a great Christmas if you celebrate, like I said. And, you know, be safe and have fun and be super merry. Hope everybody has a great one. And as always, hope to see you on the next one. All right, everyone. For the month of December, the giveaway for U.S. domestic people is going to be 2 Ace, Sabo, and Luffy SRs. Right, the 3 brothers. And to go on with that theme of 3 brothers for the month of December, we have some SECs here. We got the Ace SEC, which is only about a few dollar value. We've got the Sabo SEC, which is going to be about a $10 value. And the Luffy SEC, which is about $11 value. So just got a nice little fun set here with the all 3 brother SECs and a couple 3 brothers SRs to go along with it. You know, it's going to be a nice like 25, 26-ish value depending on how these SRs come out here. If you're international, it'll be a $25 PayPal or gift card depending on your country of residence. So fun little giveaway here for the month of December. Hope you enjoy it, and good luck, everybody.